Hello and welcome to Go My Favorite... That is a complete coincidence. But Amy's calling and I have to answer this.
All right.
I apologize. Hello and welcome to Go My Favorite Sports Team. Oh, what happened to me? Oh, wow, that's crazy. I transformed. You took my shirt.
You know, you left it laying there when you just vanished.
Good thing I was wearing this under it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I started this yesterday, and then I had to immediately depart because Amy's car exploded in a fireball, lit up the night sky.
And in a heroic effort, grabbed Henry out of the car and escaped with her life.
She did a triple somersault, very sport-like, and saved everyone.
She learned it from listening to the podcast.
She did. That's true. If you listen to this podcast, we legally can't say you will save people's lives. But you can imagine if it could. You can imagine that. But that's the limit of where that goes. That's a legal limit. You can only imagine it.
Can I legally say it will improve their lives?
In what way?
Whatever way imaginable.
There you go. And that's how you get out of legalities. If it's just the imagination, anything that happens in your imagination is perfectly legal. Taking that back. Taking that back. I'm reclaiming that thought.
Oh my God, I just got lightheaded from laughing at that.
Snatching that out of the sky. All right. Well, we're off to a great start. How are you?
I'm good. I've been, I was running around all day, so
yeah,
been getting a lot of stuff done this morning.
Yeah. I was out of town for a bit for reasons that I'll talk about at some point in the future. Oh man, finally, I'm back, and then I had a million things because as soon as I stopped doing things to take care of other things, the other things pile up, and then it's a million different things piling up all at once.
You know, imagine if you had an office job. I just imagine you take PTO, right? And you come back and your desk is just filled with all these things that you needed to get done, but they just piled up because you were gone for your PTO.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
PTO is penis trauma operations. I had a lot of those. Oh, man, a lot of those.
I thought it was perky tits operation.
Well, I don't need that right now.
Okay.
That's next year.
Oh, gotcha. Anyway, today we are going to be traveling back in time. But also current time, which is kind of funny because we travel back in time, but it's also current, but it's also back in time. We're going to the medieval era.
Okay, the medieval era.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, imagine you woke up in the morning. It's modern day, and then suddenly you're jolted, and then you're in a castle. And then you're jolted back. And then you're like, oh, I want to be at the castle again. And you run to the Ren Fair.
I don't think I want to be at the castle again. If I got ported to a castle just like because I blipped into an ancestor's like life, it'd probably be in the middle of war and siege and famine.
Well, this sport is warlike.
Well, I mean, sounds pretty good. You don't want to cover news, though?
Well, we can do a brief news segment,
Brief news?
Brief
Okay.
news.
I mean, this is the only time it would be
Joe
fun.
Burrow out for the season.
I heard that. I saw that. I didn't see it happen, but I saw it. I was in Cincinnati when it was occurring, or I was driving to Cincinnati when it was occurring.
What's crazy is people don't realize what turf toe is. It sounds like, oh, you hurt your toe.
Yeah.
No, it's like tearing of your ligaments and tendons in your big toe.
Sounds stupid, though. You turfed your toe.
You know how important the big toe is to be able to walk?
I do, because I even know how important the little toe is, because I had a Jones fracture, which is a breaking of the pinky metatarsal. So it's in the midline of the foot. You got basically it's the equivalent of this bone, but on your foot, right? So breaking that, I couldn't walk at all. And incredibly painful for such a silly bone to break. I've never torn ligaments before. So I imagine that's another version of horrible pain. But
it's actually not painful. It's just the fact that your joint shifts. That's the painful part.
You hear that, all you ligament terrors out there? You're a bunch of babies if you think that hurts even a little bit.
My mom tore her ACL and didn't even notice it, but then her knee just like was jostling.
Achilles, how about you?
That's a tendon. That's different.
What's the difference?
A ligament doesn't have blood flow. It connects bone to bone. Tendons connect bone to muscle.
Oh.
So if a tendon tears, your muscle goes and balls up.
Right. Well, I mean, technically, if a ligament tore also, it could do that.
Well,
if it tore all the way through.
Well, they would have to tear a tendon as well. Because ligament is bone to bone.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. You hear that, all you other people that qualifies? You're a bunch of babies unless you subscribe to this podcast, and then you're not.
Yeah, usually when you tear a ligament, though, if it's really bad, you get other damage that occurs. So if your knee shifts and all of that when it happens, which usually does, that's the pain. Generally not the actual tear.
Okay, well, that doesn't apply to what's going on here in the news, because besides that, and that was an interesting game where he first got hurt because we won that. I say we.
Yeah, the Bengals.
And then the next game was shocking.
Both of them.
Shocking. Oh, there was another one after that?
Our punter has more yards than our offense. And I say our because Bengals, but Bengals punter has more yards than the offense.
So where did that, like, for after injury performance come from? Because they really rallied to win that one game, and then these next two games have not been.
You know, I think the level of competition, the Jaguars are not as prominent of a team compared to Minnesota's defense and then Denver's defense. The other thing is they probably simplified because he wasn't up to speed, and now they're trying to use the full playbook and act like Burrow's still in. But I still think it's a coaching issue, and both for the offensive line and for play calling.
In other news, the WNBA finals are either happening or have happened, depending on when this episode is coming out.
Next week,
which would be when this episode is coming out. So it's happening immediately, presently, in the current moment, maybe. But there was an upset. The Phoenix Mercury upset number 1 Minnesota Lynx to clinch a spot in the WNBA finals. Phoenix won the game 4 of their series, 86-81, to sweep their home semifinals and reach their first final since 2021, which was not that long ago, I guess.
Yeah.
They achieved this comeback defeat despite facing multiple 14-point deficits in the series. It's a historic rally for the underdogs, who showed tremendous grit and left the favored Lynx ruining a season that ended one step short. Where is Caitlin Clark?
In Indianapolis.
Is she in the finals?
She's out for the season.
She's out with that groin injury.
There's other injuries, but yeah, the groin injury.
More injuries?
She's been beat up all season, so she was ruled out for the season just after the All-Star game, I believe.
Yeah.
Reds made the playoffs and then immediately lost 2 games to the Dodgers.
But how long's the series? Wait, is it?
It's best 2 out of 3, and the Dodgers won 2.
All right, never. That was good. Yeah. All right.
Yankees against the Red Sox in the playoffs, by the way.
Okay.
First team in Major League Baseball history to have bases loaded, bottom of the 9th, no outs, and score 0 runs.
Wow. That is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well, what can you do?
But game 3 is today. Winner take all.
Wow. That is great. Good for them. But not good for the Reds, because I remember there was a lot of celebration being like, yeah, I made it. Oh. Sure,
they kind of limped into the playoffs, too, because they lost their game, and then luckily the Mets lost their game, and they won the tiebreaker to get in.
I saw the really cool catch that got them into the playoffs, and that was pretty cool.
That's huge.
Yeah, that was huge. And then now it'll be lost to the annals of history.
Yeah. Well, we made it in because we swept the Cubs before that, and then won 2 games to Milwaukee, maybe 1. We won 2 games against Milwaukee.
Yeah. Oklahoma State fires Coach Gundy after upset loss. 21 years he had been at Oklahoma State. The Cowboys were stunned at home by Tulsa, a team they hadn't lost to since 1998. A 27-point underdog Golden Hurricane pulled off the win. Whatever that means.
Oh.
I don't even know what sport that is talking about. Football. College football.
Yeah.
All right. Got it. Ravens lose Lamar Jackson.
Yep. He has a hamstring injury. They lost a game that they probably should have won, but they got destroyed.
There was a unacceptable mistake that cost Indianapolis. The Colts fell victim to a self-inflicted wound in Week 4, game tied against the Los Angeles Rams. Colts defense unknowingly had only 10 men on the field.
Yeah.
How easy is that to happen in football?
It's pretty easy because you have personnel changes all the time.
Yeah.
And so when you have packages exchanging and stuff like that, sometimes it's hard to keep track of what players are with who. Yeah. And if communication is lost, or somebody, say they had to run into the locker room to go to the bathroom, which is very rare.
Yeah.
Or they're on the other side because they had a bad play or something, they switch out personnel.
Yeah.
It throws things off.
It was a exploit that the Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford immediately exploited, hitting Tutu Atwell for an 88-yard touchdown.
What's even crazier is the Colts had a big play, and the guy went to celebrate and stick out the ball with one hand, and he fumbled it out of the end zone earlier in the game, so it was a touchback and a turnover. Okay. He had nobody near him. He was just doing a thing to like
does it where
showboat.
Let's go right before he crosses a line.
Well, it wasn't intentional.
Oh,
he had it tucked, and then he's like, nobody's near me, and he went to stick it in one hand to run like this, and he just lost it, and it went out. Then he also, that same player, negated another big play by making a holding call by tackling the guy he was blocking when their running back took off for a long, like 60-yard touchdown run. And so that got called back on a hold. So his mental is,
Oh, he is not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is embarrassing. Dolphin star Tyreek Hill out for the season.
That was a nasty injury.
Was it? I didn't see it. Yeah.
Broken leg. It was not facing the proper direction.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all I need to say. It's a very ugly injury. A lot of people are like, well, the dude twisted his leg. It happened to the other leg. So it was not the guy tackling him that in the end like slightly twisted his ankle. It was the other leg that broke. It just happened to get stuck and twist under him.
Yeah. Apparently there was a tie in the NFL?
Yes. Packers and Cowboys. Massive shootout, 40-40. Both ending in field goals and overtime.
Wow. I didn't know that it would do a tie. Is it just so people can go home?
In regular season, there's a tie. In playoffs, there's not. Okay. I personally don't like the rule for the NFL when it comes to overtime.
Okay.
It used to be first person to score wins.
Okay.
Then they realized, that means whoever wins the coin toss pretty much wins.
Yeah.
Now it's each team gets a possession, so it's to the benefit to go second because then you have the benefit of going forward on fourth down if the other team scores. It's a 10-minute quarter, I think. It's 10 or 15-minute quarter.
Uh-huh.
One team gets the ball. If they kick a field goal, the other team gets a chance as well to match. So field goal or touchdown. And then if they match, then it's next score wins.
So if it's a field goal, matching a field goal, it's next score wins. If it's a touchdown after a field goal, is that a win?
That's a win.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
The way the college football has it, I like a lot more. It just needs to be adapted. They basically keep going until somebody wins. And they get the ball, they start, they drive, they score. The other team gets an opportunity to drive and score, and then it goes on again. And after 2 times, like 2 scores, then they have to go for 2 with every touchdown. So it becomes very much play until you win. In the NFL, once time expires, if the score's tied, it's a tie.
Quick international news, and we'll get into it, I swear. There was a thing that fans are calling the Day of the Underdog that happened internationally. European soccer, September 27th, became a day of upsets across Europe's top leagues. In England, Manchester United, Chelsea, and Liverpool all suffered shock defeats to less fancied sides. On the same day, while over in Spain, Real Madrid was also stunned by a mid-table opponent. So it was fans dubbed it the Day of Upsets as giants crumbled and underdogs rejoiced in unison.
You know what's crazy?
What?
There is an underdog day in the U.S.
Oh, yeah?
It is the 3rd Friday of December, and it's a celebratory day for individuals and teams expected to lose who ultimately triumph, like the Cinderella stories.
Well, that's very nice. That's very lovely.
So, National Underdog Day, 3rd Friday in December.
I was back in Cincinnati for a little bit, and I hadn't been back in the summer for a while, but I also noticed that there was a new stadium because Cincinnati, for some reason, has stadiums for absolutely everything. There is a very large football or soccer stadium.
Oh, yeah, the new FC Cincinnati Stadium.
It's very large.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I knew that soccer was picking up in the States, and I knew that it was getting more popular. I did not know that the Cincinnati had built an entire new stadium in the time that I've been away.
So they used to play in Nippert, UC's football stadium. They were the most popular soccer team that wasn't in Major League Soccer. And then they got promoted to Major League Soccer, and then part of being promoted, they had to build a stadium.
Right, okay.
So that's part of
how do we get in on this? How do we invest in Cincinnati football?
That's what, I'd love to be able to invest in that because the fan base is tremendous for FC Cincinnati. Yeah. I don't know if you can reach out to ownership. There's probably something out there.
How do we get in on this? How do we get in on this? Huh? Football, Cincinnati? Come on, how do we get in on this? Come on, cut us in. Come on, cut us in. You know me.
Let's see.
You know me. You know me. You know who I am. It's me, baby.
It's a privately owned club, so you'd have to
private
talk
for me.
Private.
Private for us. Us private will get us in the privates. Don't do that.
I just realized what you said.
I just realized what I said. Anyway, also Mbappe scored a lot.
Mbappe, yeah.
Mbappe.
I think it might be pronounced your way. I don't know.
Apparently he scored a lot. So
nice.
Yep.
Good old Frenchman.
Yeah, and then there's something in the Champions League, but I don't know. If I read it, people are going to be mad because I don't know what I'm talking about. And I don't have any cricket because I'm assuming cricket is not happening right now.
It probably is, but it might not be in the news.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to read it anyway. And that's news.
Kids are playing cricket.
Probably, somewhere.
Yes.
Oh, look at this big water bottle. Only gives me a glass.
You want a bigger water bottle? I don't have another one of these.
I got a 40 ounce. I just haven't been bringing it around. I need
Gotcha.
to because more water is good. And it's not even a thing where it's like, man, I'm not getting enough water. I barely drink water. I barely drink water as it is. You know, I just don't really. I just need to do that.
Yeah.
Hydration's
Take care of
important.
your kidneys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway, taking you back in time to the era of castles and knights and armor.
Lots of poop.
Lots of poop. Lots of horse poop.
Lots of horse poop.
Pig poop.
People poop.
People poop.
They didn't have sewers back then.
Yep. Well, do you know the Disneyland story? The brown trail in Disneyland is literally where the poop trail would be for the bathrooms. It leads to the bathrooms.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, it's like the poop canal.
That's gross.
Yeah, so that's why it exists. It leads you to the bathroom. It's
I
the
highly doubt
pathway.
that's true.
No, it's true.
There's lots of bathrooms everywhere in Disneyland. Why would they have one? They don't have one communal bathroom spot, do they?
No, the path. It's like a pavement, but it's like where the poop canal where it would run.
That doesn't make any sense.
Like before they had like plumbing.
They just had a river in the middle of the street
That's
where all the poop flowed?
That's the way it used to be back in the day.
Horrible.
Not necessarily at Disneyland,
That's
but
horrible.
so that there's a brown path that leads to all the bathrooms.
I think that would be the most shocking thing if you got dropped in the middle of a castle or like an old city, just not in the poop.
Oh, okay.
Just the smell, like sudden, overwhelming. Oh my God, everything is so stinky. So yeah, that would be the worst.
But anyway,
Yeah.
back in time.
So
good old England.
good old England.
In the mid 1100s until the 1620s, medieval tournaments happened in England with lethal free-for-alls into extravagant spectacles.
What?
Yeah, lethal free-for-alls.
Right.
A bunch of people in there, fight to the death.
This is a sport?
This is how it began.
Okay. It's called war. It's called fighting.
It's called gladiator pits.
Gladiator pits, yes.
You know, we're going ancient
Honestly,
Rome.
Gladiator pits, I don't know if we've ever covered it in an episode, but that's probably more sport related than what you're talking about.
No, you'll see.
Okay.
These tournaments started in northern France, and the earliest tournaments were more like battles, so they were like war. And after a formal challenge, two small armies of knights fought each other in open fields. No rules, no holds barred.
Sounds like
4 or 5 knights might ambush one opponent or order their foot soldiers to drag him from his horse.
Sounds like war.
Defeated knights forfeited their horse and armor, which was very expensive,
I bet.
as well as a ransom to their captor.
It also wouldn't really fit the other person that steals it.
You can reshape it.
I guess, yeah. That's
Yeah.
true.
Back in the day, they'd just repurpose items, unlike we just throw stuff away and then...
Oh my God, this environmentalist over here is going to talk about recycling on us and use the medieval ages as an example. That was when people were really in tune with the earth. Yeah, that was it.
But this tournament was a great way for medieval nobility to earn money. Since early tournaments were so chaotic and violent, they were considered good practice for war because they were tournaments. They just challenged and it was to make money and steal other people's armor and stuff.
Fascinating.
12th century chronicler Roger of Howden Minster wrote about these tournaments. A youth must have seen his blood flow, felt his teeth crack under his adversary's blows, and been thrown to the ground 20 times.
20? Why do you keep getting up?
Only then will he be able to face real war. Yep, that's what he said. That's what he wrote.
Okay. All right, then. Well,
That was just practice.
yeah, sure.
We're talking about practice.
Yeah, of course, practice, of course.
We're talking about practice. Not a game. We're talking about practice.
Right. Not a game as in this isn't a real official game or
It's not a real war.
a
Not
real
war.
war.
We're talking about practice.
Why are you saying it like that?
It's an Allen Iverson quote from
Who is that?
a famous basketball player.
What is basketball?
2 boys, 1 ball animation. That's basketball.
People should go find that animation.
By the end of the 1100s, tournaments began being banned because of how many people were seriously injured or dead, or dying, or currently dead. There's records of 60 knights being killed in one tournament.
60
alone.
knights? I thought knights were hard to come by.
Well, I'm not making that joke. I was going to say they happen every day.
You just did it.
Yeah,
you
but
made the joke.
I
You said
made
you
it.
weren't going to make it, and you just made the joke.
Yeah. But some tournaments were still allowed, but under strict rules in order to prevent bloodshed and death. Over the next few hundred years, these tournaments evolved from melee free-for-all sword fights to a more regulated competition to showcase knights' skills.
Okay.
Like jousting.
Jousting. We all know about jousting. Is this the kind of tournament where this jousting happened?
Yes.
We're
eventually getting there.
Why'd you switch to yes?
I don't know.
Yes.
Yes. I'm going back to the medieval times. You got to speak like that. Yes.
Yes.
But since large-scale team battle tournaments were banned, jousting replaced, like I said, and it became the main competition in the 1200s.
I see.
Though there were jousts before then.
Were there?
Yes. Usually more deadly.
I feel like there is a whole episode about medieval tournaments to talk about.
Yeah, this is that.
This is it.
This is kind of this
then
episode.
why did it start with war?
This is what we're getting into.
Why so many violence?
Because this is how it began. This is how they were like, oh crap.
This is the history of history?
This is the history of tournaments because it started with bloodshed tournaments. They weren't actually war. It wasn't fighting over land. It wasn't ordered by kings. These were just knights being like, I'm bored. I need some money. Let me go fight some other knights and make some money.
I mean, I suppose, that works, I guess. Wouldn't people be upset, though?
Probably.
If they lost?
Like, people did cry, they lost their husband or their son.
Oh, okay. I thought the people losing cried. They're dead. I see. They don't care much.
Well, or they're beat up, either one.
Yeah.
They might have cried. You don't know.
I might have cried.
A knight's honor. So if you lost, you just gave them your armor and money.
It didn't seem like there was that many knights with honor.
That's probably true. Well, in earlier jousts, two knights rode at each other with their 12-foot-long lances in their right hands, slanted across their body and over their horse's head to strike the opponent's left side, with no barrier between them.
They rested it on the horse's head like a pool cue. Dong.
They didn't rest it. It says it's over their head. So it's in your right arm and you're aiming it to the left.
I feel like, you could rest it on the horse's head and like a pool cue. That actually would work a lot better.
Probably. You could build like a little harness and a little, like the bridge and for the pool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But eventually a wooden barrier running down the track was added to make sure the knights were separated and the horses didn't actually run into each other at full speed.
Okay.
Because that happened without the barrier.
Yeah, I imagine, yeah.
Yeah, and so it was deadly for the horse and the rider.
Those dumb horses hitting each other.
Yeah, but they gallop around 30 miles per hour, which actually is the speed in which I hit the car last year.
Oh, man.
30 miles per hour. So I was a horse colliding into a car.
You hear that? Everyone, Tyler's calling himself a horse now.
Anyway, over the years, the lances the knights used got longer than 12 feet, and in the 1300s, these lances were also saw the addition of circular steel vamp plate to protect the hand. Which vam plate.
Vam.
Plate. VAMPLATE.
What is vam plate? I know vam braces are like gloves or something.
Yeah, it's like the guard that covers your hand on the lance, but
it's vampire plate. Oh, it's a circular plate on a spear or lance designed to protect the hand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. And by the 1400s, lances were around 14 feet long.
Okay, all right. How standardized could things even be back in this day? It's not like they had manufacturing that was like industrial, so everything had to be handmade, pretty much.
Yes.
So how standardized is this?
Probably decently standardized. Like they'd probably like set them next to each other, make sure they're the same length, and then back in the day, like the foot was the measure of the king's foot. It actually adjusted over time.
That's inconvenient. That is incredibly inconvenient.
Eventually, it became the foot that we know today, but
which is also inconvenient. It's incredibly inconvenient. But a lot of people say like, "You dumb Americans, your imperial system." Like we know.
Yes,
we know it's a lot more difficult than you'd think.
It's very difficult to transition to because it's been so ingrained.
But in the scientific fields, it is all metric anyway.
Yes.
So it is just through that's why it's difficult. It's because in the child education system to go from 1st to 12th, it's imperial. But then when you get to college, and especially if you're in an engineering field, it's like you better use metric, and they make you use metric. And then it's like, oh, okay, I'll use it. Why doesn't we all use it? It's like, it's because it's archaic and things are we're trying.
But I will testament that Fahrenheit is a good indicator for how things feel, so it's great for the weather, whereas Celsius is good for science.
Fahrenheit
and Kelvin
does make sense because, it is a human calibrated scale for experiencing hot and cold. And that is effective, but that's hardly... in this like imperial system has some good benchmarks that work, and then it has a bunch of weird ones that don't.
Yeah. But getting hit with a long, thin log at 30 miles per hour, it probably hurts, right? You'd think that hurt?
Yeah.
So even in a full plate of armor, because it's not like they had a bunch of padding.
There's not much padding in there, yeah.
So some lances were made hollow inside and had joints in them so they would shatter more easily. That way they didn't actually pierce and hurt people.
Yeah.
So medieval tournaments remained popular until the late 1500s, but began declining in the 1600s due to changes in warfare tactics and improvement in firearm technology, and eventually died out in favor of non-combat sports.
Right.
Then, in the 1970s, sports like jousting started to rise in popularity again.
Oh, hell yeah.
In modern times, you are most likely to see a joust or sword fight at your local Renaissance fair or medieval times, which I still have not gone to a medieval times.
Really have? I only went the once, and it was very lovely.
Yeah.
The Yellow Knight books.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. The Yellow Knight books. At least this Yellow Knight that we were at the medieval times with him. I was the princess of the night.
You were?
I have a picture.
Oh, sick.
He gave me his flowers.
Awesome.
I might have slept with him. I didn't. That's not true. Is it? No, it wouldn't be true. I would never do that.
Now, although you can see them, most of these fights are scripted.
No,
they're not actual competitions anymore.
Oh.
It's like WWE.
No way.
Yeah.
You're telling me that other night didn't go evil at the perfect time? They won the last tournament? Oh, no. Come on, man. No.
I'm sorry. I'm breaking your illusion.
Yeah, no. The Yellow Knight was just that good.
Now, while most of these things scripted, it's just a show.
All right.
There are actual jousting and medieval sword fighting competitions.
I bet there are, yeah.
The sport called buhurt.
Buhurt.
Buhurt. Buhurt.
Buhurt. I think I've seen videos of this. I think a lot of people have seen videos of this.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what the actual name of this sport was, but if you have seen a video where people in full armor are just like, wham, wham, sneaking up behind other people that don't even look like the biggest mace you've ever seen, just boom! And I was like, I don't care if they're wearing metal. That hurt. That had to hurt.
The ringing in your ears, too, from it probably is crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right. Tell me about buhurt.
All right. So it is modern medieval armored combat. It's a sport that brings medieval free-for-all fighting to the modern world. Though there's a lot more rules and a lot less death.
A lot less.
A lot less
zero, I bet.
All right, Baby Mark.
Don't put Baby Mark into buhurt.
You're back.
I can't even wear armor.
Baby Mark. You decide you want to be a knight.
Goo goo gaga.
So.
What's my backstory?
Your backstory?
Was my dad a knight and tragically passed away?
Your dad was a knight.
Okay.
He fought in many a battle.
Many a buhurt.
He was launched on a catapult to raid a castle.
Bad move.
Splattered on the sidewall.
Dad, no!
But he was honorable. It was a noble sacrifice, and they won because everyone was so horrified of its splatter. They surrendered.
In the history of medieval warfare, that was never a tactic, right? It cannot have been a tactic. I mean, I'm sure that someone has been thrown out of catapults, probably many as like punishment or something. But I don't think anyone willing was like get in the spoon. It's like, all right, throw me. For the king, and then you wouldn't even survive the launch. I don't think. I think you would whip and break your neck before you get out of there,
or just break and smashes you into the ground.
That's a bad catapult. Then, honestly, they'd probably mourn the loss of the catapult more than the loss of you.
Probably. I bet you they ran out of cannonballs and they probably shot already deceased people.
I can tell you they weren't shooting cannonballs from a catapult.
Or not cannonballs. Rocks.
You mean rocks? They ran out of rocks.
The flaming tar-covered rocks that they lit on fire.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, then.
So, Baby Mark, you want to be a knight.
I do.
So the first thing you want to do, you have to find yourself a good blacksmith because you need armor.
I need to find the blacksmith? Is that what I need to do? Really? I need to find the blacksmith. Really? Okay. All right. Fine. Stone-faced Tyler. No word, Tyler.
That's such a callback. I didn't even think about that video.
I can call back too. I can call him way back. Where's the blacksmith? Where's the blacksmith? Where's the blacksmith? All right, whatever.
So, to fight a medieval battle and to participate in buhurt, you need armor. And this stuff isn't light. You're somewhere between 60 and 80 pounds of armor.
When I was a baby, I was about 10.
Yeah. So it's not for you now, it's for future you.
Ding.
Suddenly, years later, you grow up. You've grown up with this blacksmith, and now you're an adult.
Why did I grow up with a blacksmith?
Because they were your brother.
You know what? I'll buy it. Why not? It was my brother.
So there are 3 components to your armor.
Okay.
The primary one, which is your head, neck, and upper body, arms, legs, all must be covered.
Okay.
Then you have your secondary, which is your aketon or gabison, which are the padded cloth jackets that are underneath, chainmail, voiders, which is a piece of chainmail covering a place that's unprotected by your plate, and then your shoes. And they must look like their historical counterparts. So that chainmail and stuff must also represent like good old medieval. Same thing with the initial armor. Your plate armor looks like medieval armor. So very much this stuff is custom made.
Okay.
And then your private layer, which is your hidden supplemental protection, just like a cup, knee braces.
My privates.
Yes.
Protection for my privates.
Yes.
I see.
So if you have an injured knee, you put on a knee brace.
It's not my privates, man. Let's
basically-
be very honest. I know where my privates are.
Yeah.
It's not my knee. It just hangs down to my knee. Am I right? Yeah. All right. He can't reach it. All right, fine.
But basically, this is the stuff that's hidden away, but it can be modern and not historic because it's completely covered.
Right.
Then the weapons you can choose from. You have axes, swords, maces, and polearms. Swords, you have the option of one-handed long swords and two-handed
swords. Is that what this diagram
swords.
is about?
Yeah. Well, these are going to be the polearms. Axes, you have your one-handed and two-handed axes that can be used. And then you have your polearms, which if you look at this, you have a lot of options.
Yeah.
All right. So you have your standard halberd, which is on your left. You have your guy's arm.
Guy's arm.
Yeah, guy's arm. You can see it kind of to the right of the halberds. They're kind of like spiky and have prongs on both sides.
Yeah.
And they're like, have
They
scoops.
got funky hooks and spikes. Yeah.
Beck to Corbin.
Back to Corbin.
Which is somewhere on there. Then you have your standard glaive, which is just the blade. It's actually listed as couteau de briche on it.
Which is just a knife on a stick.
Yeah. Then you have your poleaxe, which is the one that you have a very clear axe on it.
I see that. Yeah.
So it's like the bottom right where it's showing.
Bottom left.
Or bottom left.
The pole axes are on the bottom left. There is a pole axe on the bottom right, yes.
Yeah. Neganata, Lucerne hammer, Volge, and then spears are considered a polearm. But
Spontoon!
yeah. So
which one's the best?
the one I know that's more commonly used is the halberd. But generally, the most versatile weapon of all time is considered the spear.
Just plain old spear.
Plain old spear.
Yeah.
Because think about a shield and a spear. That's what a lot of the Romans used. They had they'd work together and they could just spear through. So you get reach and just stab. So you don't have to swing wildly. Because think about if you're swinging a poleaxe, somebody has to be at that distance. Otherwise, you just hit them with the stick.
Yeah.
And then if they get in close, you're kind of screwed.
Right.
So a spear, you can kind of keep them at bay and still be able to use a shield. Most of the polearms you need 2 hands on, but a spear you can do.
I know that when I played Elden Ring, I wasn't too big on the spears and pole axes, but I recognize their utility.
And then you have your maces.
Oh, now this is what I'm talking about.
Now, these are usually a blunt club that has a heavy metal head at the end or of a wood or metal shaft. The shape of the head of the mace varies, but they can have spikes for piercing armor. Those sharp spikes are not allowed in buhurt battles.
Of course.
But you have your flanged maces. Is that what they're called? Flanged maces. That's mostly what's being showed there. There's the simple mace, which is literally just a ball at the end of it, which is probably the most commonly used in buhurt.
Yeah, which makes sense because when you have armor, you either have things that can pierce it like a ball of spikes, or you just wonk them really hard and cave that armor in, especially on the nog. Donk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you're not going to cut through it unless you have a really small, fine blade to pierce it, and you got to have a lot of power behind it, so you might as well have it on the end of something heavy.
Yeah, and in Buhurt, you're not trying to kill anybody.
So you're not trying to kill anybody.
So
which is why I'm kind of surprised they allow the big bonkers, because I'm like, ooh.
I think most of the time, like these polearms probably are modified to be blunt weapons instead of slashing weapons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like spears, unfortunately, the stabby and most versatile weapon will probably not be allowed to be used.
Maybe.
But you could make a spear that has just a big circle on the end of it and just bonk.
I like the one that's a mace on one end and an axe on small axe on the other. That's
yeah.
Cool. That's fun.
And it's time for lunch break.
Everyone get out your lunch.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. And we're back from lunch.
Bye. Definitely didn't do this already.
Nope. We hope you enjoyed your lunch just like we did.
Yeah, we did. We did. You know, I think that the best things in life you want to do twice.
That's generally the case. You're right. You're right.
Yep.
But anyway, into the basic rules. You know, when you're battling, there are parts of the armor that are just, there's holes in them. You're not protected.
Why would the eyes, the visors?
Well, usually there's enough space that you can't really hit the
mouth,
eyes.
Hole. You know, my armor's just a big old hole right here.
You have the gladiator armor. It's just this.
Yeah, it's actually like you know, that penguin when it goes newt newt. It's just like a long tube like this straight out from my mouth.
So if they want to stab, it's just
got it. Oh. That's my strategy. I can't grab their thing. There's no rule against biting.
If they can't see it, it didn't happen.
Anything could be happening in there. Anything.
You're just eating the whole time.
Yep, exactly.
Just hear munching. But because there are vulnerable areas, those areas you generally cannot hit.
Well, why they got a groin hole? They got a tube out.
You got to be able to
like
move. Because if you're covered entirely in plate armor, you can't move.
They got to be able to move their groin. How much of their groin moving?
Well, you got to like spread your legs and be able to
stop moving your groin so much. Okay, you don't. I get it. I get it. Oh, trust me, I get it.
Your legs move like this.
It's a burden. It's a burden. But you gotta keep it locked down. All right.
So you can't hit the neck. You can't hit the groin. You can't hit the ankle or feet. You can't hit the back of the neck. Can't hit the back of the knee, and you can't hit the back of the foot or ankle.
So like the whole foot.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the butthole? I feel like
it's covered. You got cheek armor.
Well, you got groin armor too, I'm sure. But
usually the armor had like a plate over it that hangs down, you know, over the butt.
Yeah, but they got one going over the crotch too, and a cod piece. Remember, you can't go out without your cod piece.
So I think for these, because you want maneuverability, that's very much a knight thing. Is they had that piece.
I'm Googling cod piece.
All right.
I'm Googling it. You can't stop. Man, cod pieces are so stupid. God, this was like, there you go. Fucking.
It's basically just a metal cup.
I know, but it's facing out for a lot of these.
Well, because they probably had it like leather straps, and it was designed kind of like a jock strap, and it was just a metal cup.
I think they wanted it to look like a penis. I think
they wanted to show off their size.
Yeah, huge. Not long, but wide. Girthy. They got girth, man. It's just like, I don't know. It's just fashion is strange, and they say it's cyclical. So at some point, this will come back.
Who says it's not already back?
How many cod pieces you wear in a day?
I don't wear it, but it's kind of back in the sports world. So
no, that's just protective cups. You don't see, but if the cups that football players start wearing, start being a little, protrudy.
Chad Ochocinco used to take Viagra as a performance enhancer before games.
Why did he do that?
I don't know.
But
he had to have a cod piece to keep that thing
enhancing
in there.
What performance?
Blood flow. I don't know.
I feel like it would just get in.
I feel like it would impede.
If you had a boner as you're running, that wouldn't be good.
Well, it was beneficial, as we read, for the ski jumpers.
Was it? Why?
Because the rigid, we talked about it. Somebody was caught cheating, putting a rigid thing in there to increase the surface area for them to glide.
Like a fan.
Yeah, because it was like you need to have the downwards boner.
I don't know what shape your penis is, but if it's fan shaped,
no,
you need to see a doctor immediately. Not normal.
It's a folding one.
Everyone, a folding one.
You can wave.
You got the origami boner.
Oh, you're hot. Let me just cool you off.
Nope. Nope.
Anyway, back to the topic at hand.
Man, this is going to be so much better than
The rules is no stabbing, only chopping. You can hit anywhere else besides the zones I mentioned.
Okay.
You can strike with your fists, elbows, knees, feet, head, or any part of the body you can hit with.
Can I hit with the back of my knee? Can I kick? If I can kick, then why are the feet off limits?
That's fascinating. I think it's with weapons. You could probably step on people's feet and that'd be fine.
What if I do full on like Minotaur armor, like in Gladiator, where the guy had the bull head armor, and I.
Well, there's no stabbing, so that'd be kind of like a stabbing.
But with blunt.
You could do that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's legal.
But then that's my neck in there, and I feel like.
Well, you're hitting with your head, not your neck. You can hit with your head.
Can you hit their heads?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, people are bludgeoning their heads all the time.
Yeah.
You can wrestle while standing up, which means grappling, run, push, trip, jump kick, and do just about anything to put your opponents on the ground. So, sweep the leg. It's not allowed to kick or push your opponent's knees from any side because with 80 pounds on you, that's going to create quite a tumble.
Yeah.
You'll tear some ligaments.
Yeah, okay.
All
Sorry,
right.
I'm looking at cod pieces.
Oh, he's forever going to be stuck on the cod.
Literally nothing but cod.
But you're not allowed to kick or push your knee. I already said that.
Oh,
you
so
can't.
You can't kick.
No, you're not. Your knees. You can't kick or push the knees from any side.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
It's so confusing.
You can't grab the sword blade. It's not allowed.
Which I find strange because I'm pretty sure if I was like, wait, sword fighting, grab, sword technique. What in the world kind of villain? Sorry, showstopper. You can't see this.
Send me that picture.
Oh, how do I send you this picture?
Just copy it and throw it in Discord.
It's apparently a villain called Codpiece.
Is there like a porno comic of superheroes?
No, I think that's just a... Well, I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to be. It looks like a cannon, but then again, a penis generally kind of does already resemble cannons, but I don't know.
Or do cannons resemble penises?
I think this is one of those shows... Yes. What came first, the penis or the cannon?
I think we know the answer to that
We
one.
don't know the answer to anything because the volcano came before it all.
You're right.
Anyway, I sent you the picture. I don't know why you want it, but
so
you got it now.
So then the audience can see it too. So the editors
You can't show them this, man.
Well, editors, you'll put it on screen and just have it completely blurred.
Yeah.
But you can't grab the sword blade. But you can grab like the hilt of the blade.
Oh, I was gonna look.
Yeah,
up,
you're looking up the video.
Wait, hold on. Sword fighting, grab sword technique. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. No, I don't know, man. I don't know anymore. No, I'm gonna send you a picture. Here we go. See, grabbing your. Nope, that's a different chat. I should not put that in that chat. There we go. See, grabbing swords. They're all sword grabbing.
They're definitely sword grabbing.
Yeah, barehanded too.
And nearly naked.
They got clothes on. What do you mean? Look at their shoes. Look at their dumb shoes.
Yeah, but are bare legs?
No, they got tights, I think. Look at where their foot is to their shoe. There's a little gap there of skin. It's clearly long johns.
Okay.
And I think they have breastplates too. I think that's supposed to be metal. Just the artists of the day were not very good.
I mean, it does say, "Are they stupid?" on here for grabbing the swords.
That's something else entirely.
Anyway, you're not allowed to do that.
Okay.
But you can, and you can't use your weapon to grab under the helmet edge. You can, however, grab the wooden shafts of weapons with your second hand and use it in close combat and grappling.
Yeah.
Now, a fighter who has lost their weapon is allowed to do a few different things. Protect themselves from strikes without performing any offensive actions or holds.
Huh?
Take a reserve weapon they had with them. Could be an axe on their back. Take a reserve weapon from an ungrounded teammate in the list, which is the arena. Take a reserve weapon from their teammate located in the allocated weapon distribution zone, which is usually you want to be like, give me a mace. And they just give you a mace.
I don't know. They didn't have that in medieval times. Well, shouldn't you have like a code or something? Being like, swing swong, give me the ding dong. Like, so they're not like, I'm going to get a mace. Because then the other guy would be like, oh no, he's getting a mace. I better counter that.
I don't think it's that deep.
It's sports. It's always that deep.
Okay. And then you can grab a polearm that leans against the top rail of the barrier or its ungrounded teammate's owner's body.
So if the opponent...
Oh, you can grab a polearm from an ungrounded teammate.
What?
Yeah, you can grab weapons from ungrounded teammates all the time.
Okay, but grounded teammates...
You can't pick up their
Can't touch
weapons.
them.
Can't
So
touch
if their
them.
parents put them in timeout...
Can't touch them.
Can't touch them.
Can't touch them.
At least can't touch their weapons.
And the last one is yield by kneeling,
Yield by kneeling.
but that's weak sauce.
You said that before.
You're right.
That's mean.
It's true.
You need to not be mean.
If you, be a competitor.
Well, they competed and then they were bested. What are they supposed to do?
No, they just lost their weapon.
What are they supposed to do? Die?
They can get another weapon. Just
What if
well, I
all
guess
their teammates are grounded?
that's true.
What if there's no pole arms resting on the fences?
Steal it from your opponent. It doesn't say you can't.
You can't grab their blade.
Well, you can grab the hilt.
All right, well, you got to
Pick up your grounded teammate and swing him around.
That doesn't say anything about using your grounded teammate as a weapon. That is true. Yeah.
And you are allowed to kick and grapple, but I guess if you lose your weapon, you're not supposed to be able to continue.
Mm-hmm.
If there's no other weapon possible to get. But rules are enforced by the marshals who oversee the tournaments. You've got the big head guy called the Knight Marshal who makes final decisions when there's a disagreement, and it is the one who starts and stops the fight. Field marshals look for rule breaking on the field and can stop two opponents that are currently in combat and restart their battle once a rule issue has been resolved.
Uh-huh.
And then there's the line marshals who are on the sidelines and look for any rule breaking and report it to the field marshals or Knight Marshal.
Uh-huh. Night Marshal. What about the Day Marshal?
No.
Oh, this is KN-ite.
Yes. Not the one with Starry Nights.
Yeah.
So, buhurt battles, tournament begins.
Mm.
All right?
Mm.
They're usually made up of teams or individual fighters.
Mm-hmm.
In the format of an honored armored combat tournament will vary depending on the number of athletes participating.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll focus on 20 individual competitors.
Mm-hmm.
So before the battle begins, fighters are split into 4 groups with 5 competitors per group.
Okay.
When it's your group's turn, they mark you walking onto the battlefield, and the Knight Marshal will signal the start of battle.
Mm-hmm.
It's a free-for-all. You'll fight against all the others until only one remains, or the Knight Marshal stops the fight. While the weapons have dulled edges, you're going to get battered, beaten, rattled, hit repeatedly with heavy metal objects. And a sword or axe heading towards you is going to trigger that nice fight or flight response. You might poop in your diaper.
I would do that anyway. You can't tell that was from fear.
That's true. That's true. You're also going to get quite warm under the many layers of clothing, padding, and armor you're wearing because steel isn't exactly breathable.
Uh-huh.
So, to be victorious, you're going to have to face multiple opponents at times and hope that they focus on each other as much as they fight you.
Okay.
So, strategically, it might be good to be like, hey, that guy said something bad about you and get them to fight each other. And you can be like, haha, now there's only 2 left.
I see. So it's a complete free-for-all. You can sneak up on anybody.
Yes.
Can you play dead?
No, because once you're grounded, you're out.
Can you play alive?
I would hope you're alive, so you can play
Can I
alive.
pretend to be alive?
Well, would you be pretending if you're actually alive?
For me to know and them to find out.
That's true. That's true. You could be an undead baby.
I'm not saying I'm not, you know.
By the end of the fight, your ears will be ringing from the sound of steel on steel. Arms tired from swinging around them heavy weapons. And you'll have various aches from the blows you've received, and they'll start to catch up with you. But if you can hold out and best your opponents, you'll win the battle.
Okay.
Once the battle ends, the top 2 competitors move on to the semifinals.
Wait, but I thought it was a free-for-all.
It is, but the top 2 competitors,
So they get to fight again?
yes.
Even if the last 2 people in the free-for-all are like super exhausted, they're like, oh my God, all right, let's really do that. Why don't they just walk away at that point because they're both going to the finals?
Maybe you can. Maybe you can make a gentleman's agreement.
You could.
You could. If you make it to the semifinals, you will battle again, then on to the finals. And the one last battle is the best of the best. You're going to endure fatigue, heat, soreness from previous battles. And if you haven't managed to die of heat stroke or dehydration from wearing 80 pounds of clothing and armor, you may just be victorious and win the battle. And the reward.
What's a reward?
Could be trophies, medals, money.
Is it money? Is there money in buhurt right now?
There's probably some money. Apparently, a sponsor donated a historic item to a country that won an international competition.
What was the item?
It was a battle-damaged 1510 shield estimated to be worth $12,000 to the country that won the most gold medals at the IMCF World Championship.
Like an actual antique shield that they found.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
This is rare, but some stuff like that can be donated to big things.
That's pretty cool.
And sometimes they have corporate partners, so you'll win something because the corporate partners donate.
Right.
Mark, buddy, friendo, you are almost ready to compete in a medieval tournament. But in order for you to be in a buhurt, we need to find a buhurt near you. There are many websites online where you can look for buhurt clubs near you.
Well, Mr. Tyler, that really leaves me feeling butthurt.
Why is that, my child?
How dare you assume that an absolutely 100% confirmed masochist like myself couldn't take on the risk and death of a proper medieval battle? I say I either go in balls deep, or not at all.
Well, what are balls without a large field to do the playing on?
Fair point. You win again, my exquisitely handsome friend.
So that's buhurt.
Buhurt.
Now we're to jousting.
Jousting.
Now, there are two types. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Which one would Baby Mark prefer? You got traditional
Or the rings.
ring jousting. Yeah.
I want Sonic.
You want Sonic? You want to collect the rings?
I want to collect the rings.
Are you going to name your horse Sonic? Because you'll need a horse still.
That's actually a pretty good name for a horse.
That's a pretty
I actually don't
solid
mind
name.
that at all.
Tails could also be good.
Mm.
Knuckles, not so much. Horses don't have knuckles.
Well, Knuckles would be good. I'd love a horse named Knuckles. What about Shadow? That already is a horse's name.
That is, that's many
Shadow
horses'
the
names.
horse hog.
Like you said, ring jousting is you run around a track and you collect rings on your lance.
Is a horse hog a horse-sized hog or a hog-sized horse?
Or is it a horse that hogs all the food from the other horses?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Why he looks at me like,
Yeah.
I just showed you.
You brought in a random thing, and I went for the third
I
option.
said horse hog. It made perfect sense jumping from that to that.
Why? There's no hog.
There was I said
Oh, hedgehog.
horse hog. Shadow the horse hog is what I said.
Mm.
Sonic the horse hog.
I was too busy
Shadow the
ignoring
horse
you.
hog. Amy the horse hog. What did you do? Were there any other hedgehogs
Hold
in
on.
there?
The thing is, I didn't think of Amy from the show. I thought of your Amy.
Look, man.
I was like, what? Why would you say that? And then I was like, oh, I'm
Rouge
dumb.
the bat hog. The horse bat. The Rouge the horse. Rogue.
Dr. Eggman.
Dr. Eggman the horse.
Egg horse.
Dr. Horseman the egg. I don't know where we're going with this.
So, in general competitions for this, you'll wear your equipment, which is armor, full steel plate armor to protect from injury. This is traditional jousting, by the way. Also, I realized this ring jousting is very similar to skijoring.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah. So,
In the long lost annals of Go My Forward Sports Homes history.
go my forest.
Go for it.
Strang.
Go fork yourself. Smurf.
But for traditional, you need full plate armor to protect from injury. Lances, while not exact specifications for modern, they're usually between 6 to 7 feet long as opposed to the giant 14-foot long ones that they used to use in medieval times. And they still weigh around 5 to 7 pounds. Generally made of lighter wood so that they break easily and are less likely to cause injuries to your opponent.
Okay.
You will have a shield that's at least 15 inches by 15 inches. And while you can hold the shield with your left hand, in some tournaments they are required to be bolted to your armor.
I always thought they always were bolted the armor, like up in the shoulder area, like they had to be up there.
Yeah, but if you go really traditional, like when knights would actually have a shield and they would hold it. So some tournaments allow you to. I think it's generally better for it to be bolted. It allows you to use your other hand a lot easier to hold onto the horse while you have the joust or the lance in your other arm.
Okay.
Now, horses, no regulations for which breed you must use when jousting, but you want them to be the right temperament. You want them to be...
You want them to be the right temperament.
Yeah. They need to be calm and good with loud noises because a lot of that happens, especially with crowd noise.
Okay.
And they don't want to spook easily. So breeds such as quarter horses or Frisians are often used. Quarter horses for their speed and agility, and Frisians for their size and strength.
All right. So Tyler's about to pull up a diagram of a horse.
It's a Frisian horse.
I made this whole joke long ago long, long ago that you'll never know when it was about what a horse is, right? And it was really funny. There's a whole lot to it. And it was me describing what a horse was. And you're not going to get it again. I'm not going to do it again. If you're a goddamn dirty listener and you don't know what a horse is, I don't care about you as a person. I think that if you're listening to this podcast and you have no idea what a horse is or its hooves look like, I am going to consider you non-human. Okay? That's where I stand with that. And then to cap it all off, horses have a big old penis. And that's how I ended the joke. It was very funny, and you'll never know.
Because I was an idiot.
He wasn't an idiot. We ate lunch, and we forgot to unmute. It's a mutual thing. It's fine.
Anyway, getting to the jousting field, it's called the list field. Mm-hmm. Can range from 110 to 220 feet with a long fence fitted in the middle, spanning its entire length, known as the tilt rail. Mm-hmm. And that's the design fence so that the horses don't collide into each other.
It's totally unrelated. Like horse, donkey, mule,
and burro.
What's a burro?
It's a different combination.
What do you mean?
It's like male, female versus female, male, whichever direction it goes.
Oh, that matters?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay, mule, burro?
Burro, I believe.
Can a horse and a zebra?
Yes.
Is that possible?
That has existed.
What would that be called?
It's a zebroid.
I see it. It does have stripes. Ooh, that is a weird. Yeah, okay, that's one of those things you look at like, nah, it shouldn't be. They probably shouldn't be doing that. No, that ain't right. Yeah, that's weird.
Did you figure out the burro versus mule thing?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I probably shouldn't get distracted by looking up what different crossbreeds of a horse is. Because I was trying like a mule is. I was like a horse and a donkey. What was the difference? And I was like, there's mules, right? And a mule is, it cannot have any further children. I don't know what got me on this train of thought, but they're sterile, right? Those mixes are sterile.
Pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, rules by tournaments vary. But the basic rules, don't aim for your opponent's horse. Mm-hmm. Don't aim below the belt. In some tournaments, you can't aim for their head. In some.
Okay.
And you don't start your charge before the start signal. Uh-huh. And the last rule is don't hurt your opponent's horse. That's repeated in all caps and very important. Yes. Yeah. Scoring, if you unseat your opponent, automatic victory. Mm-hmm. So, Baby Mark, that's your goal. When you line up on your little pony against the other baby on the pony, you unseat them. I don't think they make them that small.
What? They don't make them that small? What about small?
They're smaller than mules, but they're not small.
Small donkey. I'm going to lose. Oh, what in the hell? That's so cute.
Did you find a miniature donkey?
That's so goddamn cute. I've never seen something so cute. It's like a rabbit. It's probably a baby donkey.
It looks like a baby donkey.
But, oh, wait, no. Ooh, look, see, there's a baby in this picture. That's my steed.
Those are miniature ponies.
Miniature donkeys, it says.
Oh.
I'm sure there are miniature donkeys.
Probably.
Gotta be.
Probably just like miniature ponies.
Oh my God, they're adorable. Oh, it's probably a hellish existence, but
they're called dwarf horses, I believe is the term for ponies generally.
Yeah.
But if you can't unseat your opponent, you can get 1 point for hitting their arm, 2 points for breaking the lance on their chest, 3 points for breaking it on their shield because that's a smaller target. And if you do not break your lance, you score 0 points.
Huh. So you have to break your lance. What
Correct.
if you break it in rage at the end of it? Do you get a point?
No, it needs to break on contact.
On
contact with your opponent.
Okay.
Yeah. Before you begin, you need to get your suit of armor on.
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
We got a suit. God!
It wasn't that loud. Okay, so he's putting on the legs. He's got a coif, putting on the chainmail. The coif is the neck thing.
Yep.
And he tucks it all in. He puts a breastplate. Well, he's not doing much of this.
He's got a person doing it for him.
Yeah, they used to have squires do this.
Because it's kind of hard to be able to reach and do it yourself.
Yeah, you
probably
especially could. Yeah, but it's the time, right? So if you have to be ready for battle, like you're not putting this on quick. This is a process.
I like how he flexes at the end, like,
yeah, I know, right? I bet if it's like Formula One pit crew, you could have a team put on armor on you real fast. That's a competition I want to see.
That would be,
that would be very cool.
I like that.
This guy gets his head ripped off because they're going too fast.
Yeah, they're bolting it in.
Yeah. It'd be pretty interesting. So I'm looking at pictures of mini donkeys. They're so cute.
Once you have your armor on and your horse is saddled up and ready to go, you'll have to wait some more until it's your turn. You'll mount your horse, take your place. When they yell go, you go. Lowering your hands, get it in the nice pocket, and you aim and shatter that lance on that person and hope they fall off their horse. You get 3 attempts. Person with the most points win if nobody gets unseated. Once you unseat an opponent, if you both get unseated, by the way, it's a wash round. And then you still go. It's very rare that happens because if you get hit, the other person will probably hit you.
Yeah.
And once you defeated your opponent, you go rest until it's time to face off somebody again. It's elimination based, so winners will face off until there's only 2 opponents left. And like previous rounds, you get 3 charges. Rider with most points wins. Oh, it's a long-haired.
It's an Icelandic horse. You know what's cool about them? They eat them.
Why is that cool?
I ate one.
You ate one?
An entire horse.
No, you didn't.
I had horse meat.
Okay.
But I couldn't taste. Apparently in Iceland they do it. I couldn't taste the meat because they put fruit on it. And I'm like, why are they putting fruit on a lot of the meals that I had in Iceland? They put fruit with the meat, and that just made it taste spoiled to me because meat shouldn't be that sweet. Anyway, sorry.
Different culture.
I'm literally just hopping.
You decided to look
pages.
and you found it, and you're like, that's probably what I ate.
I remembered an Icelandic horse in there. They have like lovely, lovely hair, and they're just cute and apparently tasty. But I wouldn't know. I didn't taste them.
Yeah, you just tasted the fruit. But a great movie to watch, by the way, if you want to see jousting, is A Knight's Tale.
A Knight's Tale with Heath Ledger.
Yep.
Yeah. Naked. Not naked. Armorless. He was armorless. He had no armor. He was not naked.
William!
William! And then he got stabbed through the balls. He got a lance through the ball. No, what movie was it? It was like some medieval movie where some guy in the beginning was like, I once had an arrow through my testicle. All the way through them.
I don't know. I only know the Skyrim. I once took an arrow to the knee.
No, I swear there was a movie where some guy was like, I had an arrow through. I once fought 2 days with an arrow through my testicle. What is it? Liam Neeson as Godfrey de Ibelin from Kingdom of Heaven.
All right, Kingdom of Heaven.
I've heard Kingdom of Heaven is a very good movie.
Well, that's going to do it for our episode.
All right.
We do have merch coming soon. There will be no armor there, but it can be used as some sort of protective apparel if you so decide. And it will be really cool. Worth your money. Worth it.
Zebra's got to be a terrible existence.
Zebra?
Zebra.
Why? They just run in herds.
No, they get eaten by alligators.
And lions.
And lions. And other zebra, probably.
I doubt the zebra eat
Elephants,
zebra.
hippos. Well, they're vegetarian.
Yeah, elephants.
I don't know. Just like...
I think hippos are omnivores. I think they eat both.
Huh. Interesting. Okay, actually, this is totally unrelated. Super unrelated. But I've always wondered why zebras are striped.
Oh, it's the run-in packs. It's very...
Yeah, I look at this picture and I'm like, oh, that's really hard to look at.
It makes it really hard to be able to single out one when you're hunting.
It really does. I never thought of that, but that makes a lot of sense. It just looks like one. It looks like an AI image, but this is actually a picture because it's just like it looks like there are horse heads coming out of everywhere.
It's like a barcode.
Yeah, that's weird. My eyes kind of like.
You know what I realized?
What?
We didn't do the thing for the picture.
What picture?
The picture of the.
Oh, the cod piece. Yeah, we had a whole other conversation about cod pieces for a lot there. It was part of the groin talk. And honestly, it's kind of topical because I said I was like, I got a big tube here.
Yeah.
There's a picture that's going to appear. It's not going to make any sense except there's a guy with a cannon for his dick. Don't know why.
There are so many good jokes lost because I forgot to unmute.
I think it's fine. I don't think that joke was that good. Let's be honest.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm still going to send it to the editors so they have no idea what that is.
Grevy zebra, mountain zebra, and plains zebra. Those are the 3 species of zebra. But at that point, you're just subdividing by little details. It was silliness.
Oh, there's a lot of that in the bird world and other places too. So
it was entomology. Is that no? That's words. A branch of zoology concerned with the study of insects. Well, I got that wrong, but it's that subdividing thing. Some humans like to really categorize things. It's kind of their thing. And I think there's too many categories. I think there should be bird and everything else. That's it. That's all you need. You don't
bird
need it.
And you don't fly.
You fly, you don't fly.
What about swims?
No,
they can't walk.
Things that fly and don't fly can swim. We're just gonna say, but Everyone can swim. Not everyone can fly.
Not everyone can swim.
Everyone can swim. Just it's how long. It's just a matter of time. I suppose if you jump off a cliff, everyone can fly.
If you jump out of something else that's flying, you can fly for longer.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway.
That's going to do it for this episode. If you have any jacuzzas, if you want to share with us, like, cool armor that you made, or if you would participate in buhurt, if you're training to wield a giant sword, like, apparently people have built, like, crazy anime swords to, like, train with and stuff. Or if you want to share your family's coat of arms, if you had knights in your history or your family history, that'd be cool to see, too. Merch coming soon, stored at gmfst.com for that. The Reddit is reddit.com/r/gmfst. But that's going to do it for us. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.